can feel it before you even fire it up. The wind in your face, the world shrinking into the trail ahead, the moment when machine and rider merge. Standing in the dawn light, you hear a soft growl, you feel the promise of power, and then you are off. This is the story of 5 machines that will define off-road riding in 2026, and we're going to ride each one, feel each one, live each one. First, the ATK 450 Enduro. You swing a leg over, and instantly you sense simplicity married to fierce ability. The single-cylinder 4-stroke heart, compact yet potent, carries you into terrain without hesitation. The chassis is light, agile. You are more alive, more present. On the track of chopped roots and rocks you lean in. You feel the suspension soak, rebound, keep your composure. The ATK's design is minimalist, rugged. No unnecessary frills, just purpose. The ergonomics wrap around you comfortably. So when you stand up on the pegs, it feels like second nature. Features. You won't be overwhelmed with tech menus. Instead, you get analog honesty. In this latest version, they've tuned the engine to deliver broad torque. That mid-range punch that drags you out of trouble and launches you over roots, rocks, and ruts. Price expectations? For a machine like this in America, you'd anticipate something in the mid to upper 5 figures. The value here being raw capability rather than glam sensors. The ride feel is pure. You're connected to the earth, to the machine, to every bump. For riders who want true enduro, the ATK 450 feels like a weapon forged for rock-strewn trails at dawn. Next, the ATK 700 Intimidator. Now we step into muscle. The 700 class engine roars into life, a deeper tone, more authoritative. You pile through sand washes, climb steep dunes, and the 700's power feels wide open. Design-wise, the Intimidator feels more aggressive. Broad stance, larger wheels, suspension travel that gives air under you. And when you land, you feel it, but you're still planted. Comfort is surprisingly good. The seat, the bar position, the way the bike carries you over longer hauls. Feature-wise, this version introduces updated electronics, perhaps rider modes, maybe traction control tailored for off-road throttle slides. Engine detail. Expect a twin or large single-cylinder, liquid-cooled with generous torque from low revs, and a gearbox built for deep holes and steep climbs. The technology might include an updated map selector and maybe smartphone linkage for trail logs, the kind of stuff that brings modernity to a classic beast. Ride feel. You're not just riding, you're dominating. Price. You'll likely pay a premium for this size and capability. So think upper 5 figures into 6 figures USD. Final verdict. If you're after the biggest grin per mile, the 700 Intimidator is your monster truck of the dirt bike world. Then comes something different, the Alta Motors Redshift MX, an electric dirt bike that refuses to compromise. You don't hear the engine roar, you hear a different kind of power, instantaneous, smooth, clean yet deadly fast. The design is lean and you instantly sense the absence of clutch snatch and gear change. Instead you twist and go. Comfort-wise it surprises. No vibrations, no heat glow from the motor, instant throttle response. Features. Multiple ride modes, regeneration, smartphone connectivity. Maybe a companion app tracking airtime and battery status. Engine detail or motor detail really. Ultra responsive. High RPM torque layered by electronics. Technology. You're in a new era and the feel on the trail matters. You dart, you gap, you carve. On the rock garden you lean and the Redshift pulls you through with silent aggression. The ride feel is futuristic but visceral. Price. Electric off-road machines are still niche, so expect a premium, likely high 5 figures. Final verdict. If you want to feel tomorrow today, and you have the budget, this is the ticket. Fourth, the Cobra Moto CX65. Smaller displacement, but don't let that fool you. The CX65 is about precision, fun, youth, and crossover agility. On shorter trails in tighter woods, the CX65 dances. The engine detail. Agile, probably liquid-cooled small single, built to rev, built to smile. Design. Lightweight frame, sharp lines, agile geometry. Comfort. You feel snug in the cockpit, nimble and confident. Features likely simpler tech, ideal for riders who care less about screens and more about feel. Technology. Still modern build quality, perhaps USD forks, hydraulic brakes, precise adjustability. Ride feel, playful, crisp, joyful. On the berm you lean deep. Flick the bike around, it obeys. Price will be friendly compared to full-size machines. Maybe low to mid 5 figures USD. Final verdict. perfect for riders who want excitement in compact form, or younger, newer riders who want a serious machine. Finally, the Zero FX, another electric warhorse, but this one tailored for enduro and backcountry. You don't dread starting it at dawn in the woods. The Zero's instant electric torque launches you silently into the terrain. Design: rugged, aggressive, trail-ready. Maybe blast through creek beds, climb slick rock faces, and you'll still have battery in reserve. Comfort: the lack of engine heat and vibration means your hands and legs feel fresher, your focus sharper. Features: large battery packs, fast charging capability, regenerative braking, selectable off-road mode. Engine motor detail: torque from 0 RPM, linear power, no clutch jolt. Technology: integration with GPS maps, trail mode, CAF settings, maybe remote updates. Ride feel: profound. You are floating through the wild yet connected deeply. Price: expect high five figures USD for such top-tier e-enduro capability. Final verdict: if you want silent dominance in the wild and care about tech as much as terrain, the Zero FX demands your attention. Now for the overall verdict. Each of these 5 bikes brings a unique flavor of the off-road experience. The ATK 450 gives you pure enduro routes. The ATK 700 Intimidator brings brute force and trail conquest. The Alta Redshift MX ushers in electrified thrills. The Cobra CX65 invites fun, agility, and lower barrier to entry. The Zero FX charges forward into the future of off-road with electric torque and tech. For the 2026 season in the USA, these machines are not just equipment, they're portals to emotion. When you're climbing a loose rock climb with the 700, or you're threading tight single track on the 450 and hanging on for dear life, or you're silently ripping through forests on an electric machine, you don't just ride, you feel alive. The design of each bike matters: how the fuel tank or battery pack hugs the chassis, how the suspension soaks and rebounds, how the ergonomics put you in command. Engine and motor details conspire to give you distinctive character: the rasp of the 700, the thrum of the 450, the whisper of the electric. Comfort, often overlooked, is integral. Less fatigue, more focus, deeper connection with trail. Features and tech amplify ride modes: traction control, smartphone integration, wireless updates. All serve not as gimmicks, but as tools to deepen your ride. Price expectations across the board reflect capability. You'll pay for performance, for innovation, for prestige. But you'll also ride value if you choose smart. For riders sizing up purchase decisions, ask yourself, do I want raw mechanical simplicity or cutting-edge electric tech? Do I ride big terrain or compact tight trails? Do I prioritize power or agility? Because these 5 machines each answer differently. In the end, if I had to pick one, I'd lean into the ATK 450 for pure enduro immersion, maybe keep the 700 for when bigger terrain calls. But the electric machines? They're the future. If you're ready now, the Alta Redshift MX or the Zero FX deliver an exceptional surprise. The Cobra CX65, a gem for nimbleness and fun. So as you sit on your front porch at dusk, gazing into the wild trail ahead, pick your machine wisely, because your next chapter awaits. And whichever of these 5 you choose, you'll feel the pulse of the earth, the hum or roar of the machine, the freedom of off-road riding in 2026. Stay safe. Stay fast, ride like your soul depends on it,